Hey there, StarCraft fans. It's Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of Legacy of the Void. Today we've got a game between Lucifer and Railgan on Lost and Found, the latter edition. In the top right-hand corner of Lost and Found, we've got the red Protoss player, the GM player, Lucifer. And in the bottom left-hand corner, his fellow GM player, it is Railgan. Both of these players GM on the EU ladder. They have worked incredibly hard to get here and be considered among the elite on the EU scene. What is this skin? This looks like proto-molecule skin from The Expanse, which is my favorite sci-fi show, which you haven't watched, you should check it out. You really should. It's wonderful sci-fi. It takes physics pretty seriously. It's got good characters, amazing writing. They take time to set things up. It's delicious, is what it is. Probe Scout here from Lucifer, going to try to block the hatch. Oh, just missed it. That's as close as you can get without actually getting it. Lucifer's upset about that. He's like, well, cancel it so I can block it, Railgan. Come on, man. Not going to happen. Turns out, spoiler alert, not going to happen. I like how Railgan has an adjutant spinning logo here. It's kind of interesting. APM for these players in the early game, about 280 for Lucifer compared to 170 for Railgan. And going for Extractor Pool. Nothing too nuts from him. No proxies either from the Lucifer 1-gate expand. Pretty easy to wall off natural base here. I'm sure he doesn't, well, obviously Lucifer doesn't have this map vetoed, and that's probably the reason why. It's an easy to wall off natural. And your third base is fairly well protected here. This is a really narrow area to take care of too, but these rocks can be destroyed to allow more open attack from the Zerg later. You gotta watch out for that. Cybernetics core coming in for the Lucifer and second gas. So yeah, this is as standard, a standard opening as you'll ever see from a Protoss player. The timings look pretty good too. Third hatch from the Railgun, recognizing, yeah, I can feel safe to do that. The odds that Lucifer went standard are about in 90%. Although I would love to see some other scouting. Wait, what is this? Did he send a drone up? No, that's the probe that went down. Okay, that's what it is. So this is literally Railgun's first attempt to do any scouting, and he sees this and says, oh, okay, yeah, I'm good. I'm totally good to get that third hatch sub 2 minutes. Scary to do sometimes, but it pays off. And that is going to be a Stargate opening from the Lucifer. We have an Oracle name ready to go. Running a little bit low on those. If you want to submit an Oracle name, go ahead and send it to me through the comments. Just put Oracle name and then the name and then a backstory if you want. Sometimes there's no backstory, but sometimes there is. No pressure. No pressure, my StarCraft fans. All right, Overlord hanging out on this high ground, which I don't think... Oh, look at that. Look at that invisibility cloak on that Overlord. Look at these drones again. Yeah, there's like blue accentedness. Also, they have the stupid spinning saw blades. I forgot how much I hate those on their hands, but whatever. Adept trying to do some stuff. Double Queen should be able to dissuade this to some level, and indeed it does, but 4 Lings in the main going to dissuade it even further, so not going to happen. Not going to happen, Adept, today. I'm sorry. I really am, and it's actually Phoenix production from Lucifer he's beginning with here, which is entirely unbeknownst to the Railgun. Checked the lair timing is what that Adept did too. Didn't kill anything, but did scout the lair timing. There's no lair quite yet. So Railgun is either going to go for some kind of crazy Ling Roach thing, which entirely possible, or he's macroing up. He's going to be droning up quite a bit here too. He's making 4 drones at a time, so I think it's going to be more of the droning up side of things. Zerglings crossing across the map, going to try to get on up, and nothing. There's nothing they can do. It is an Oracle, though. Could be that Oracle Phoenix play that I saw from Showtime, I think, the first time. I mean, yeah, suicide. You can commit suicide. I guess that counts as something, Zerglings. I guess it does. So the Oracle's name is going to be The Area. He was tired of watching the Warriors win, so he flew off and became an Oracle with a vengeance to kill the Zerg race. All right, here goes nothing. The Area. I don't know why that's your name, but it is. I'm not going to question it too much. Oracle swinging on down. Phoenix clearing out the area first for the Area. Accidental dad joke. Roach Warren on the way from Railgun and starting his lair too, by the way. So here we go. What can you get done, The Area? Oracles don't get a lot of work done, I've noticed, in these games. Double Queen here. Ugh. Double Queen. Yeah! That anti-air is so good. Look at that. Took the shields off that Oracle so fast. Phoenix, you gotta help with this, man. You gotta lift one of the queens and then you actually kill things with that Oracle, but instead the Phoenix was busy looking for Overlords to kill, and Might have found one, because there was one there, right? You have 8 kills. Alright, so you killed this overlord that was scouting, but otherwise you do nothing. Zerglings again just popping on up here, trying to commit suicide. Yep, one died. And Warp Prism at the front here from Lucifer. I'm liking this. I'm liking the Warp Prism. Third base warping in for Lucifer along the right side. Really no aggression from Railgan to this point, but he does have 60 workers at 5 minutes. Which is not good. Which is not good for Lucifer. You don't want to have a Zerg player at 60, 65 workers this early in the game, because that means they can hit you pretty hard in the mid. Which I think is what we're going to see here. The answer for whatever Railgan is doing from Lucifer is going to be Archons. It's going to be a Fleet Beacon, which he's going to try to get up. He can't really do anything useful with the Fleet Beacon for another few minutes, and Railgan has a bit of a window to do some stuff here. Fourth base here, dropping the Archons, and zippity zap. He is going to force a cancel there. I don't think you can save it. Yeah, the Roaches are more worried about the Orcons getting inside the main base than they are losing that fourth base. Made the trade. Didn't really have a lot here. Double Queens shooing away the Warp Prism too. I don't think you want to land here anyway. With some fancy Warp Prism micro, perhaps you could win that fight. But otherwise, yeah. Maybe try to kill a Roach at the front. Maybe try to kill the Overseer. Okay, that's good. Overseer pickoff is nice. And maybe finish off a Roach before you... Well, just kind of danced around and didn't attack anything. So that's not going to work out. That's not how you do things, Archons. You gotta actually attack stuff if you're on the ground. I know indecision is a problem for you. Trying to prevent some creep spread. Does he have... Oh, he does have an Observer with him. There's that detection. Hello, Observer. Roaches say, let me spread my creep in peace. Leave me alone. Meanwhile, Roach is pushing up. Galil Reconstitution just about to finish, and there it is. A little bit zippier, pushing into this third base location. We got Sentries and Immortals. Oh, I don't know about this. Good force fields, keeping 4 of the Roaches away. 2 more coming from the backside. Immortal's going to need to win this thing. Oh, the Archons show up, though. Archon Immortal, pretty good in this situation. The Roaches trying to retreat, but they can't because the force fields are great out of Lucifer, and Railgan is forced to pull back a little bit. That Roach attack did not do what I wanted to do, he mumbles to himself. And that Roach actually managed to escape. I did not think he would. Lucifer was feeling merciful, apparently. Thank you, Satan. Creep spreading up the left side is the Railgun, getting Roaches, Ravagers, +1 missile attack. Continued Immortal production from Lucifer. It is 151 to 117 supply. Railgun has a massive lead, and the worker count's essentially the same. So this is a pretty overwhelming advantage, although the tech is higher for Lucifer, right? Immortals and Archons are higher tech than Roaches and Ravagers. They're going to have an advantage. Good force field placement can also help with that, too. Trying to Phoenix Scout up along this way. Warp Prism sneaking around the bottom side. Trying to get something to do there, too. Roach, Ravager. Oh, are you really going to engage here? I don't know about this. Corrosive Biles killing one of the sentries, actually. Force fields, again, keeping a lot of this army out. The Ravagers can still hit from back a little bit here, but they can't touch the Immortals, which is really what you got to prevent from getting into a huge critical mass is the problem. All right, Warp Prism getting here inside the main base. Meanwhile, big engagement up here at the third still. Corrosive Biles trying to get on top of the little light units, and they do for the most part. Did you just get... What the... Why did you go away? You were doing so well. I guess, well, the rocks do get knocked down, and now there's a big wide attack path. Harder to wall off. And trying to Corrosive Bile down stuff is Railgun right now. He's taking out a few of the sentries, actually. More Corrosive Biles landing on some of those warping in units. Dodge for the most part, but 4, 5, 6 Immortals with some sentry support and some Archon. Well, the Archon in the back isn't actually helping here, but he could absorb some work. Absorb some damage. I don't know what this Warp Prism is doing. Get in there, man. You have to do attack right now. I know you think you got to save your third, and I get that. Oh, flank attack. Flank attack from Railgun on the left side. The shield battery is doing pretty good, keeping these Immortals alive, allowing them to live up to their names. Archon just gets focused down. Has 10 kills, but is forced to retreat with 44 shields to his name. And now he's gone too. Corrosive Bile and the warping in units. That's a good target for Corrosive Bile because they're stationary. Anything that's stationary is a good target for Corrosive Bile. Siege tanks, well, tanks that are in siege mode. Warping in units, Liberators, stuff like that. Railgun continuing to try to make this thing happen with the Roaches and the Ravagers. Corrosive Biles hitting the Immortals for the most part, but stutter stepping into this is Lucifer. You know what? I kind of like it. I kind of like the move. These Immortals are just tearing through the Roaches. The Ravagers aren't standing up much better. They don't take bonus damage from the Immortals, but they don't have a whole lot of hit points either. Okay, I cannot believe this Warp Prism has literally done nothing. I know it's really stressful to defend this third base, but you have to at least move it over, warp in some zealots, and then get back to work. That's how you get out of the GM level and start playing pro, is you can do stuff like that. And I'm kind of surprised. GM levels I've seen do this too. GM level players have absolutely managed this thing. Roach Ravagers say, all right, you're going to defend your third base. I'm going to kill your robotics facility at the wall, prevent you from getting another observer. That was a decent win. I really don't like seeing cyber cores in the wall. It's a tech structure. It's a really important production structure. I mean, not cyber core, robotics facility, but same thing stands here. There we go. Here's our zealots with charge, trying to do stuff at the fourth base location. And is that actually going to pull Railgan back? It kind of is. Actually, it shouldn't, though, because there's enough roaches to defend here. And if the warp prism could warp in more stuff in the main, it'd be even better. Lucifer does not really have the income for that, though, as it turns out. Look at Railgan getting chased by charge lots and immortals. Hack, 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 hack. Every hack the zealots get off here. They're killing roaches, killing ravagers. Percival's not hitting much of anything there. Warp prism, there it is. Oh, you're in position. Here we go. Zealots with +2 attack and charge. Oh, that roach count is enough to handle them, though. Especially considering they have the +2 attack and additional roaches are coming in. Yeah, not even necessary. Didn't even need those additional roaches. That was enough to handle it. Excellent response there from the Railgan. Fourth base coming up. A bit of a sneaky position for Lucifer down this right side. I think Railgan expects the fourth to be here or here, but instead going down the right side, coming closer to the Zerg opponent, who is taking fifth base down here in the southern section of the map. So he's taking more traditional expansion paths for Zerg, trying to stay as far away from the Protoss as possible. Same thing goes for Terran for the most part. The farther the Protoss and Terran army have to walk, the better it is for you as Zerg. All right, just walk it into this third place, eviscerating some Odem Stalkers and that Archon. Free Archon! Just Roach Ravaging it. Thus far, 200 to 143 supply. The Immortals are good, but are they good enough? Is my question right now. The Immortals trying to dodge Corrosive Biles, trying to take down these Ravagers, but there are just so many Zerg here. Corrosive Biles getting hits on Immortals. Eventually, there are just so many Corrosive Biles, it's really hard to engage with them all. Really hard to dodge them all, as it turns out. It's kind of like playing against Disruptors, if you're a Terran player who is playing against a Protoss who's using Disruptors. So, kind of knocks down the front door a little bit. Railgan decides to pull back. I don't think... Yeah, he doesn't know about this base. He thinks he's got Lucifer contained on 3 bases, and he's feeling pretty confident about himself. I'd love to see... Okay, some roaches are sneaking over this way. He's like, all right, how is Lucifer doing all this production on 3 base? And the answer is he's not. That's your answer. Were you wondering? I think you were. Yeah, so the roaches do scout this bottom right-hand corner 4th base location. The entire army trying to come deal with this thing. Kind of caught off guard by a Lucifer, but no, Corrosive Biles chasing them away here too. So much bile, and I think just a straight-up engagement from Railgan wins this thing. He's sitting on 2,000, 1,000 minerals with 68 workers right now. I would love to see the fleet beacon get used from Lucifer. I'd love to see him try to go carrier in this position. Because Railgan does not really have a good answer to carrier here, unless he can Corrosive Bile them down, but they have a lot of HP. However, Lucifer is not really interested in doing that. He's getting +1 ground armor, he's getting Stalkers and Immortals, and Storm I think would be real good here too. I really do feel like Storm would be amazing, but here's our engagement. Both players really going at it. Railgan deciding to retreat just a little bit. Corrosive Bile, bam, 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 peppering the Protoss army on the low ground here. Parting Corrosive Bile. And actually, Lucifer saved the space. I didn't think he would. I did not think he would save that 4th base location, but he did. Alright, so Railgan sitting at +2 missile attack. He's working on +1 ground armor. He's getting a Lurker Den. Go for some Lurkers here. I don't know if you want to go Lurker against this mini Immortal. I really don't know. Walking back down the steps here are these Immortals. Good force fields, catching a couple of the roaches, but not really thinning their ranks too much. Another warping of Stalkers here. +3 attack is done for Lucifer for his ground army. Jeez. Good concave coming from both sides. Not dodging Corrosive Bile all that well. He picks off the Warp Prism. Excellent job. Out of the Railgun on that one. Yeah. More Corrosive Biles just hitting. I mean, Lucifer has not done the best at dodging these things, and Railgan has been consistently throwing them up as soon as he can. As soon as that cooldown is up, another wave of Corrosive Biles is hitting. He is not letting that cooldown go to waste at all. Pa 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 pa. Corrosive Biles landing quite nicely. And here we go. Army to the south. Nope, can't pick off that hatchery. Railgun continuing to actually come from the top side and the left side here. I don't know. He's doing okay with the surround. I like his positioning. A lot of Immortals just died in that engagement too. How many Immortals have gone down? 9 Immortals have died in this game so far. And the Lurkers are here. They get the hatchery. But I think the Lurkers have just sealed this army's fate. They're going to burrow in, get that bonus damage versus armor. The Stalkers are dead. The Immortals are dead. Not enough Immortals to deal with this thing, especially with the Roach Ravager support. Sure, some Stalkers might come in for the right side and pick off some of these Lurkers. This game is really good. Excellent job by Lucifer, but it's 143 to 97 total supply. I just don't know. 6 High Templar in production for Lucifer. Does he have the Storm upgrade? He does not have the Storm upgrade. I'm getting flustered. This game is so good. The Storm upgrade, which means these have to be Archons. But where are they? There we go. 3 Archons versus Lurker, Ravager, Roach with a handful of Stalkers supporting. Oh, I don't know. The Archon's got to be in the front. You've got to get your positioning better than this, man. All right, so Zealot's gonna go. Can he save the 4th base location? He's trying. Oh, he's trying. Name that TV show, but either way, trying to get some more Zealots in on top of this army. He's not really focusing. There we go. Now he's got the Lurkers on lockdown. However, Archon down. Immortal trying to finish off that Lurker, so the resulting army is not... No, can't do it. Zealots maybe can finish the work. And they do. They get the last Lurker there and just a handful of Ravagers remaining. And Railgun is forced to pull back. Again, Lucifer desperately warping an additional High Templar. I would love to see Storm from you. Your Archons have done okay, but they die so fast. Storm just has more everything. It just has more utility against this type of an army. This mobile, low HP style army. Storm's going to be what you want, but Archon Stalker, the order of the day for the Lucifer. Corrosive Biles hitting the Protoss army again. This might be the most damage done by Corrosive Bile against a Protoss army I've seen in a while. 30,500 resources lost for Lucifer, 31,700 lost for Railgun. So both players have lost a ton of stuff thus far. Upgrades, we've got grooved spines for the Hydras that we haven't seen any of for Railgun, actually, surprisingly enough. It's still no Storm. All right, well, coming back into the 4th base. If your army's out of position, we will absolutely kill your 4th base. If you want us to. Oh, can they catch the Lurkers? Actually caught a large percentage of that army outside. Using Corrosive Bile to take down a force field. What year is it? And I don't know about going up this ramp, man. I know you want to save your hatchery, but those Lurkers have that ramp on lockdown. It dates back to Brood War. That lockdown that Lurkers have on ramps. That said, continuing to warp in Zealots with that +3 attack, doing pretty well against the Lurkers. Immortal support here too. Lucifer just hanging on by a thread. Hanging on by a thread here. He's still down in supply, but he's sending Zealots up to attack this top left-hand expansion for the Railgun. Overlord's just hanging out. And Hydras are finally out. Okay, I was going to say, don't really get groove spines unless you are going to use Hydras to some extent. He could still just make them into Lurkers, but I don't know. I don't feel like he's going to do that. Oh, I mean, he's got a bunch more, so maybe I'm wrong. I could be very wrong. How many Lurkers have died? 13 Lurkers have died. That's not cheap. That is absolutely not cheap. Coming into the 4th base again, he wants to kill this 4th base more than he wants anything else in the world. So don't worry about the Lurkers starting to kill the rest of this army that's coming over this way. Kind of divide and conquer, or divide and be conquered strategy for Lucifer here. And I think the Lurkers are going to take down this Nexus pretty nicely. Although, once again, unsupported Lurker versus Immortal Archon. Not great. Good Warp Prism save on that Immortal, though. Wow, getting target fired and picked up again. This is a lot. This is just, it's a lot of work. Immortal got picked up and saved. The Warp Prism Micro. Oh, it was good for a second. It was really good for a second. Zealous up here in the top left-hand corner of Railgun. Taking down quite a bit of drone, but then getting cleaned out there, too. It is 24 probes killed to 11 drones killed, 49 to 62 workers. Railgun has the lead. Final Lurker taken down by Zealots, but it's 72 to 157 supply. Railgun has Lucifer doubled up. This game has been absolutely non-stop for the last 10 minutes or so. Railgun has been so aggressive in his self-acclaimed Roachman style. Oh, some of those probes got away with the recall. Not many, though. Not many of them. 34 to 66 total harvesters. Railgun taking out this 5th base that Lucifer's had for a while, but is dead now. And that's it. Lucifer with the rage quit. I think he knows enough at the GM level to know that's a rage quit. And Railgun is your winner in 20 minutes and exactly 1 second. So yeah, just Roach Ravager Lurker with a little Hydra support there for Railgun. And that was it, man. No tier 3 stuff at all. Unless you count Lurkers tier 3, which I guess you could. I suppose you could. But resources lost. 41,000 for Lucifer. 39,000 for Railgun. We'll call it 40. About 40. So dead close game. Really close game. 240 roaches died. 38 Ravagers. 18 Lurkers. A hatchery. And 11 drones. So, I mean, it was mostly the Lurker and the Roach where all that lost came from. Lucifer lost 15 Immortals, 16 Archons, 111 Zealots, a Nexus. I can't believe he only lost 1 Nexus and all that. That is incredible to me. Did he... Wait a second. Oh, this one. It was this one. Lucifer held on to his 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th bases after they were under constant assault for about 10 minutes, which is incredible. But just couldn't get equitable trades. Again, Storm, I think, would have been better than the Archons. Just my personal preference. But again, Lucifer's in GM. Who am I to tell him what to do? Alright, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.